Yanis Varoufakis, who is set to become the next Greek finance minister, is with me now, and I'll be speaking to him in just a moment. But first, we're joined from Berlin by Otto Fricke. He's a former German MP in the Bundestag until 2013, ex-chair of the Budget Committee that put together the German aid package to Greece. And I'm wondering, Otto Fricke, how you see tonight, given the enormous wave of support for this party here in Greece, how you now think the rest of Europe must react.
Well, the first thing in a democracy is you have to accept what the voters says. This is democracy. But on the other side, you have to see what the German voters said, what other European voters said, and what they did say was, we have a treaty with Greece, not with a Greece government, but with the people of Greece. We do help, we consider you, Greek people, as part of the European family, when we help you, but we do expect that you do some things to reform your country. And if you don't do this, you break a treaty, and this is not what we want.
Yes, but there's quite a lot of, how can I put it, there's quite a lot of adjustment that could be carried out within that concept. For example, time for repayment could be extended, some of the debt forgiven. There must be ways around this. It can't be an absolute black and white situation, can it?
Sure, there have to be compromises. I would never agree with Maggie Thatcher, who once said, what good would it be if I stand for compromise? But a compromise always means that somebody has to pay something. And we have to make clear that if there is additional compromise, it means that those who already have paid or who already have given security will give more. And if there's one thing that is so important about the European continent, and that is why Europe is such a safe haven, it's reliability. It's reliability on contracts, it's reliability on how you spend your money. If we break that, it is not only Greece, which probably is something we can handle, but it then would change all over Europe. Because how should people being in charge in other countries that do austerity tell their voters, well, we still have to do reforms, we still have to do austerity, if the Greek people don't have to do. So compromise, yes, but compromise doesn't mean additional payment and that's it. That's no solution, and that would lead into a completely wrong way. And don't forget, this is not what was promised to the other voters from those countries who gave.
Otto Fricke, thank you very much indeed for joining us from Berlin. Well, Yanis Varoufakis, who is tipped to and almost certain to become the finance minister, it's going to be your job. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. And I'm wondering, okay, the fight is over to get elected. How are you feeling now?
A combination of consternation, enthusiasm, optimism, a small amount of fear, a great contradiction, and I believe that this is the only way of being, because otherwise, only fanatics
well, of course,
feel just one single sentiment.
We always look for the bad news. What's the fear centered on?
Well, the Eurozone has been fragmenting since 2010. It resembles a fine riverboat that was launched on a still ocean back in 2000. And then the first storm that hit in 2008 started creating serious structural problems for it. We started leaking water. And of course, the people in the third class, as in the Titanic, start feeling the drowning effects first. And my great fear is for Europe, because Europe has been in denial since 2010. I heard my German colleague speak, and actually I felt a degree of optimism listening to him, because my message to the average German voter, to the average Slovak voter, to the average French voter, is that over the last 5 years, Europeans have been in denial about Greece, about Portugal, about Italy. It's not that Germany has not paid sufficient money to this country. I heard him say that they don't want to pay more. Well, my message to them is that you pay too much. The problem was that this was a huge amount of money that went down the drain.
Yeah, but it was your drain, and a lot of you knew it was going on.
Yes,
we
know
could
what?
have done more whistleblowing.
Well, our party for 5 years has been demonstrating against this case of sinister extending and pretending. But we were against those loans because we knew that they would cost the average European an arm and a leg and would condemn our social economy to the indignity in which it finds itself.
Right, that is the past in a sense. It's very
indeed.
present, but it's the past.
Indeed.
What happens now? Are you prepared to be conciliatory with the people
Absolutely.
you're going to talk to?
Absolutely.
And what are you looking for? Extension or abandoning of debt?
Look, John, the media love to present a showdown like a Wild West scene where...
Well, we're not alone. There are a few politicians helping out.
Well, yes, but you know, our job now is to change the narrative. This is not a question of who is going to blink first. It's not a chicken game. Here we have European nations with a great deal of room for mutual benefits from a new deal for Europe as a whole, in which Greece can start breathing again, growing and repaying its debts. So
But
our
I
proposal...
feel you're looking for more money.
Absolutely not. You have completely misunderstood
You can
what
do
we're
it on
asking.
what you've got now.
Our point from 2010 is that a bankrupt nation, a bankrupt company, a bankrupt person does not have the right to borrow the largest amount in human history before the debt is restructured. And this was our criticism of the bailout program so far. What we've had all these years is this perpetuation of the myth that we could get out of the whole bankruptcy by getting a hugest loan on condition of what? Of shrinking our income. Now, an 8-year-old can tell you that that can't end well. It hasn't ended well. So what we need to do with our partners is sit down and find a way in which Greece can be less of a burden to them, and at the same time, Greece can have a glimmer of hope that this debt deflationary spiral is going to simply end it.
And you think you can do it?
Absolutely. Together with our partners in Germany, in Slovakia, in Italy, everywhere.
Thank you very much indeed for talking with us, Yanis Varoufakis. It's been great to see you. Good luck.
Thanks
You're going
so
to need
much.
it.
We need it.
You're going to need it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.